Good morning, hello grade 5. Today we are going, this is the second session in the lesson number 1, which is what is a star. I know some of you did not succeed to follow up us to yesterday because there is a technical problem. Today we are going to revise the whole lesson and add a new part. Okay. Number 1, we should know what we are going to learn through this lesson. At the end of this lesson, we should, number 1, identify what is a star and how stars are different from each other. Number 2, mention some characteristics of the sun. And differentiate between the sun and other stars. 3, describe the atmosphere of the sun. We will see if the sun has an atmosphere or not, and if the sun has an atmosphere, what this atmosphere looks like. Number 4, we are going to make a comparison between some sun eruptions, which are prominences and flares. 5, we are going to determine what are constellations. And 6, understand the movement of the sun. Today we are going to cover only four objectives, okay? So, first, what are stars? If you look at the sky in a clear dark night, what you are going to see? You are going to see spots. These spots of light are stars. But are these stars look the same? Think, considering their size and brightness. They are not the same. We can see this appears as big or bigger than this. It's very tiny. Also, the brightness. This one is very bright. This one is very bright. Other one is faint. So the stars are not the same. Stars are different in size and brightness. When you look at the sky, you can see thousands of stars, but they are different in size and brightness. Today we are going to study our star, which is the sun, and see what's different between the sun and other stars, and what physical properties of our sun as a star. How can scientists observe these stars? We will see how can they observe these stars. Scientists observe the stars using a special devices. These devices like telescope. These telescopes help the scientists to observe stars. I don't know if you are following me or not because I think there is a technical problem happening again. But anyway, I will complete the lesson. So, our star or our sun, like any star, all stars are a ball of hot gases that give off enormous amount of heat and light. Okay, so our sun, like them. Our sun also is a ball of gas, but what about the size of our sun? Comparing our sun to other stars, our sun is not big. Our sun is not a dwarf or not very tiny. Our sun is a medium-sized star. But when we compare our sun to Earth, the volume of the sun is 1 million times of Earth. Whoa. What about the mass of the sun? Can we go to the sun to estimate its mass? Of course, no. It's not allowed because the sun emits many waves and particles that are very dangerous for us. So how can scientists determine the mass of the sun? Scientists succeeded to determine the mass of the sun by studying and observing the speed and the shape of our planet's orbits. So we have 8 planets that revolve around the sun. By studying them, knowing their speed, knowing the shape of their orbit is the path they are taking when they revolve around the sun, we can estimate the mass of the sun, which is 2 million trillion kilogram. How? Also, the volume of the sun is 1 million times more than the volume of Earth. Now, we are in page 272. We are going to speak about the characteristics of the sun. If I ask you a question, do the sun have a hard surface? Think. Anyone can answer? The answer is no. The sun do not have a hard surface because the sun is made up of gases. Also, the sun emits or give off enormous amount of heat and light. So the sun is a fairly ball of hot gases and has no hard surface. It gives off enormous amount of light and heat. The outer layer of the sun temperature is about 5,500 degrees, while the inner core of the sun could be as hot as 15 million degrees. Wow, it's very hot there. What other properties of the sun we can learn about? If you look at your book, page 272, and you can give me 3 information about the sun's atmosphere. I will help you. The sun has an atmosphere. It's made up of 3 layers. The innermost layer is called photosphere. This photosphere which gives the energy and the heat of the sun. The layer above the photosphere is the chromosphere. This which sun eruptions takes place there. The outermost layer is called corona. Yes, I know the word, it's the same name as the virus corona. But today we are going to study the corona of the sun. When scientists look at the sun with a special equipment, they see dark spots found in the photosphere. These dark spots are as not hot as other parts, and we give it a name as sunspots. Also, there are 2 phenomena happens in the sun. Because of the eruptions of the sun, we have sun prominences and sun flares. Firstly, what is a prominence? A prominence looks like a ribbon of glowing gases that leaps out of the chromosphere into the corona. The prominence may appear and then disappear in a few days or months. Wow, it takes a long time and it's huge. What about flares? Flares has a nickname which is volcano. They are explosions like volcano. It's an explosive eruption of wave and particles into space. So we have sun prominence and sun flares. This is a part of yesterday and today. By this, we come to the end. So what you are going to do? You are going to see the video through the YouTube, and you are going to open your person site using your password and username. You will find an assignment. Solve your assignment, then solve it, and I'll give you my comment. What we are going to do tomorrow? Tomorrow we are going to finish the lesson, to complete the lesson about constellation and the movement of the sun. Okay? I wish you a nice stay at home, be safe, be clean, be away from anything that maybe infect you. Thank you and goodbye.